Snoot.
YouTube, hello.
Hello.
It's that time again.
The Snoot.
It's that time again to snoot
It's the
'em.
Scottish encounter.
We gotta snoot 'ems. It's time to snoot 'ems. Let's spin that wheel.
Yeah, so I was watching that gameplay I was telling you about.
Yeah.
No, Moon Princess.
Oh,
Is this a Lunara thing?
it is not.
Oh. Who
But
is the Moon Princess?
I believe Fang is the Moon Princess.
Oh.
This is gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I get
This
why.
is apparently a popular one.
Okay.
Okay, Dad.
Indeed.
Okay, Dad.
I mean, I guess it's Fang Friday.
It is technically Fang Friday for us. All we need to do is just get the game up. There we go.
I had to watch it, and then I was enamored.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You missed it. There he is.
Alright, the Moon Princess.
Ah, there she is.
Beautiful as ever.
Is it me?
I look up at the night sky. The moon is shining like a diamond. The breeze, cold yet gentle, ruffles my hair. There is a figure standing before me, facing the same sky. The girl is looking up, her eyes glittering, her wings spread out. She wished that her wings would take her to that moon. Her elegant figure dazzles me. The beauty of an angel, too pure for this world. Am I in a dream? She turns to me, smiling gently. Her eyes are wet, but she's not crying. Not anymore. Thank you. As she says that, my heart skips a beat. I want to embrace her. I want to give her everything. I love her. The moon is truly beautiful tonight.
It's a big ass moon. That would have been funny if like that was it.
Well received. The small bedroom is dimly lit by the early dawn. The alarm clock I'm used to hearing is silent. I open my eyes and check the time. Something compelled me to wake up 2 hours earlier than usual, and yet I don't feel tired at all. The room looks the same as ever. Somehow messy and empty at the same time, things scattered all over the place. But something seems off. What a strange feeling. I bring my hand up to my forehead. Sweat. Now that I think about it, I did have an unusual dream, but I can't remember it for some reason. There was no sign of sleepiness, so instead of lounging and scrolling the internet for 30 minutes like I normally do, I decided to get up. As I drag myself out of bed, something catches my eye. A notification on my phone. Someone must have sent me a message. This early in the morning, though? Who could it even be? I pick up the phone and check the app. It's from Fang. Judging by the timestamp, she sent it last night after I went to sleep.
I'm down with a cold. Nothing to worry about. Though I'll probably skip tomorrow.
What? I didn't even know dinosaurs got colds. Should probably text her back just in case. You doing good? I can drop by if you want. No response. She's probably still sleeping. Whatever, I'll think about it later. Should probably eat something before going anywhere though. Wash my face and take a shower. Then, with my morning routine out of the way, it's time to make breakfast. A simple omelet with bacon would do just fine. While the whole thing is shimmering in the pan, I stare at my phone and scroll the Mongolian basket weaving form. My mind is still stuck on Fang and her sudden sickness. Is it because she wore her usual skimpy attire in a surprisingly cold weather? Maybe I'll ask her if she needs a jacket or something. Damn, now I sound like a mother. Speaking of which, I remember Fang telling me that her parents are usually out in the morning. I know that Nazar always arrives at school early, so Fang should be alone. It won't be much of a hassle to give her a surprise visit right now. My phone's still silent, the messages remained unread. Just to be sure, I call her number. No response. Now I'm starting to wonder if it's serious. Maybe Fang got the flu. Or maybe not, and I'm just a worrywart. As my thoughts continue to race in all kinds of directions, the breakfast was finally ready. I think I burned it. I guess it's gonna be that kind of day. I picked up my bag and checked the contents. Writing utensils, notes for today, a student ID, and a lunch card. Yep, everything's in place. So as I take my phone, I consider how to get about this morning.
Not the coolie.
Let's go visit Fang. Yeah, for the peace of my own mind, I should stop by. I do have about an hour to spare. Even if it's nothing serious, I just want to see her again. I call a taxi and head outside.
I am now outside.
The taxi drove me from my apartment to the ground floor. The morning air is chilly as usual. The temperature has been unnaturally low for the last month or so. People are getting visibly frustrated. Everyone planned to ditch their jackets last month, but Mother Nature had other plans. Personally, I don't mind. It's not like I have a lot of wardrobe options in the first place. As I wait for the cab and the upcoming school day comes to my mind. No one's planning anything special, so I guess I'll keep a low profile and see how Trish and Reed are doing. They haven't been practicing lately, and now Fang might be out of commission as well. What a shame. As I ponder Warm Drama's virtual future and my own existence. Virtual.
Are you shutting down?
The cab arrives. It looks pretty beat up and cold, but that's the kind of service you get in this part of town. I get in and give the driver Fang's home address. As the car speeds through the town, I soak in the atmosphere. Humans and diners alike rush through the street, hurrying to catch the bus or get somewhere or whatever. Most shops are still closed, and some are unpacking the goods already. Kids with excessively large backpacks are waiting for the school bus. Despite the cold, the sky is clear, so today is promising to be a fine day in general. Even in the early hours, it seems that Volcaldera is awake as it's ever going to be. As we approach the more affluent part of town, I check my phone again. Still nothing. She hasn't been online since yesterday. I hope I don't disturb her too much. The driver slowly pulls to the side as we arrive at the destination. I give him the tip and get out of the car. I give him the tip. Fang's house seems completely silent.
You know, the cab driver probably needs it. He works long hours.
Speaking of cold, it's cold as hell in this room now after going from voices to this. I don't know where my blanket is.
He needs his blankie.
Hopefully her parents are out. But if they're not, I can always tell her like it is. She got sick and I'm worried, so I came to check things out. Even her dad shouldn't find a problem with that. Oh, who am I kidding? He'll try to murder me regardless. Ring ring, the doorbell sounds. No answer. I pick up the key Fang hides under a garden rock, open the door and enter. Fang, you awake?
I am committing home intrusion.
A girl walks down the staircase, wearing only a shirt, rubbing her eyes meekly.
Am now.
Good. My wife. She looked at me, somewhat surprised.
Anon, why are you here? The ass crack of dawn.
I got your message. Called you back, but you didn't respond, so I decided to drop by before school.
I think I turned my phone off so Trish wouldn't drive me up the wall with worry. You know how she can be.
Damn, I knew I was worrying too much. Sorry for waking you up like that.
Nah, it's good. I usually get up at this hour anyway.
Still, I'm glad I got to see her. She doesn't look sick at all, so my worries subside. So, how you doing?
Nothing to worry about, it's just a cold. I get used to these all the time when I was a kid. I used to get these all the time when I was a kid. Well, come on in, don't be shy. Just wait a sec first. I gotta get myself ready. Nope.
As she hurries up the stairs, I close the door behind me to step into the living room. Pink's house is looking as lavish as ever. Spick and span, too. Her mother must be taking a lot of care to keep it that way. No one else is home, so thankfully I don't have to worry about being too intrusive. As I made my way to the living room, family photos on the wall caught my eye. There are pictures of Fang and Nazar as kids. Nazar still had both wings intact. Fang was always wearing Halloween costumes. It looks like pirates were the only fantasy young Lucy had indulged in. I guess she really was that kind of a kid. Or in the clouds, dreaming about silly things. I was that kid as well. All the way into junior high. For whatever reason, I pretended to be a hikikomori who with crippling social anxiety. Yes, I pretended to. Except I never had any, beyond basic introversion. Guess I just wanted to be like the protagonist of that anime I watched. What was it called? NHK or something?
Yeah, welcome to the NHK.
Kids can have weird role models. Let's not dwell on painful memories. As I studied the old photos, a slightly hoarse voice called out from upstairs.
I'm ready. Get your ass up here.
I walk up the familiar staircase and enter Fang's room. It's as messy as ever. The air is stale and I can see a small mound of medicine on the shelf above Fang's bed.
Come on, sit your butt down.
Fang is now dressed in her classic punkish attire. I guess she feels incomplete without it. I just punched the mic. Fang gestures to the chair at her bedside as she lies down. She's trying her best to look healthy, but slightly sluggishness betrays her. Even after everything we've been through, it's somewhat jarring to see Fang bedridden. I open the window to let fresh air in and sit down. So are these dino colds contagious to Homo sapiens like yours truly? This is how people talk. This was on my mind for the past 30 minutes.
Fuck.
Fang gives me a surprised look and giggles. Tilde.
Should have worried about that before you came here, stupid. Don't worry, it's safe for you. Or at least it should be. I'm not actually sure. I think I slept through that lesson.
Not that I'm worried about getting sick myself, but I have to admit that some aspects of her life are still a complete mystery to me.
Slept well? You're the tardiest person I know. It's unusual to see you up and about this hour.
I don't know what happened today. I had a strange dream and woke up full of energy. Didn't even need an alarm clock. One of those days, I guess.
I had a weird dream myself, you know. Can't remember it now, though.
She tilted her head to the side, deep in thought. How's healing going, anyway?
I've only been sick since last night, Dumbo. Mom gave me the usual meds. Now, I'm just resting. Like I said, it's gonna be fine.
You said you've been getting these colds since you were a kid.
Yeah, always round the same time, too. I might not look like it now, but I was a bit of a sickly kid. Me too.
As I ponder if her usual pale and thin complexion still constitutes as sickly, Fang suddenly perks up.
Hey, why don't you stay for a bit? Mom won't be back for at least a few more hours, so let's have some fun. Pass me the guitar. It's time to study.
Yeah, I don't do that. Fang's eyes light up.
No, Fang. I do math.
Fang's eyes lit up as she pointed at the instrument on the floor. She definitely wanted me to study. Actually, I was about to head out, gotta go to school. I just wanted to check how you were doing, that's all.
Come on, don't be such a killjoy.
She throws me a dissatisfied glare. If I don't leave for school right now, I'm definitely going to be late. I'm not a straight-A student either, so it might cause some problems down the line. I feel like if I stay any longer, your dad will descend upon me from the heavens like a bolt of divine punishment.
Don't worry about Dad. He always comes home late. Come on, why don't you stay for a bit longer?
Those puppy dog eyes. She knows I can't resist the puppy dog eyes. What should I do? Sorry, Fang, I gotta stay in character.
One of the... gotta stay in character. One of the choices should have been obey the puppy dog eyes.
Sorry, Fang. I'd love to study, but school's important. She scoffed at my words and crashed on her pillow, pouting.
You know I gotta study, but studying is important.
Studying is very important to me, Fang. You need to understand this.
What's so fucking important about it? We learn jack shit there anyway. Not real things, like guitar.
Fang, I'll need a decent scholarship if I want to get into college. So I don't want to play with fire. I'm doing it for you, Studying.
Studying.
I stepped closer to her and put my hand on her shoulder. Fang scowled at me at first, but quickly shifted to sulking instead.
Yeah, I get it, I guess. I won't bother you then. Studying. If you see Trish, tell her I'm doing well. I'm sure she'll be a worried mess as usual.
Sure, and don't be so sad about it. It's not like we won't see each other again. I'm gonna get isekai.
But Anon, I will become the moon. Oh, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah. This happens every time I get sick. I turn into the moon. Fang chuckled at the suggestion and smiled.
Piss off already, dweeb. You'll be late.
See ya, sweet tooth.
See ya. And then she became the moon.
I stepped out of her room, trying not to make too much noise, and headed for the front door. I leave Fang's house and glance at my phone. I'm making good time. If I head straight to school, I won't be late. As I walk up the usual steps, I can see Rosa already at work on her flowers. Oh, God, okay. Oh, and none. You're up early today. Good morning, Rosa. It's kind of cold today, huh? See, I'm starting to worry if this could ruin the garden. Such tiresome weather. But I'm sure we can figure something out. It's no wonder Rosa is Stella's best friend. Both are walking bundles of optimism. Except when Rosa gets emotional. She gets really emotional. So, how's the club doing? Any new members? No, but we are always scouting for candidates. Do you want to join? Maybe some other time. The last time I got to work on Rosa's garden, it took me a month to fully recover. Just like Kerb.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're looking for Nazar, he's at his morning practice. He told me Fang got sick. Terrible thing, you must be so worried. Yeah, I know. Fang informed me. I'm sure she'll be fine, just needs some rest. Oh, that's the spirit. She is a strong girl. I'm sure we'll see her again very soon. Sure, give it like a day or two and she'll be back on her feet. Maybe we should plan something for when she gets back, like a party. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know, maybe I could arrange a bouquet of flowers for you. To surprise her with. Yeah, Fang's gonna fucking die, like, in like 20 minutes. I can already imagine.
Why does becoming the moon translate to dying?
I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
No matter where we're going on, I'll always be above you. Thanks, Frank. I can only imagine Fang's smug grin when I bring her something like that.
Flowers, really? Such a dork, Anon. What's next? A teddy bear?
Why not? That would be cute.
And don't forget your sneakers when you decide to serenade under my window. Dad's a pretty good runner.
Oh, okay. I appreciate the thought, but no thanks. Well, if you need one, you know where to ask, Nino. Yeah, I guess I do. Well, I gotta go now. See you, Rosa. Have a wonderful day, Anon. Dude, is Fang gonna get isekai'd into the moon?
Yes.
Sighing to myself, I enter the school. It's no wonder people call Rosa everyone's mom. People do that? What? Who?
I guess.
Who's people?
Your people.
With a few minutes to spare before the bell, I walk into the classroom, scanning the usual crowd. A few guys I recognized greeted me, but most people didn't seem to pay much attention. Reed is nowhere to be seen.
Reed is the moon.
Maybe he decided to skip class. Nah, his bag is at his seat. Something must have come up. I am Trish. Trish is also there.
She teleported in.
Staring intently at her phone with a difficult expression. Trish, you alright? We're friends now. I tried calling out to her, but she doesn't respond. Might as well let her be for now. Okay, goodbye. I take my seat and get my usual things ready. It's almost 8 o'clock, so homeroom should start at any moment now. The crowd is lively as ever. Some guys to my right are discussing the recent happenings at the school. Actually, I think one of them is a member of the student council. I turn my head slightly, trying to hear what they're talking about.
So, how's the council doing?
It's a fucking dumpster fire. The day that salmon pink bitch is out there will be the day we can actually do some fucking work. I guess the student council doesn't hold Naomi in high regard. I wonder what happened. I don't think I've seen them so agitated before. Finally, the homeroom bell rings. As the teacher comes in, everybody scrambles for their seats. Time for yet another long day of school.
School passed by quickly.
It is time for school. And so, lunchtime has arrived. The clatter and chatter of students packing their things and hurrying out of the lunch filled the room. Trish has already left, and Reed was nowhere to be seen. I considered what I should do now. Recently, Fang and I started a tradition of eating on the roof, where I'd bring something I cooked up for the both of us. It's a nice change of pace, even though we'd been screwing if we'd be screwed if any of the
screwing.
We'd be screwed if any of the school staff noticed.
I now understand what the studying means.
It's since I didn't have any kind of lunch with me today. I would have to stick with the cafeteria. The food was always lousy, but it beats going hungry. As I stand up and glance around, most people have already left. Well, let's see what the school will grace us with today. Murmuring to myself, I shuffle out of the classroom and head to the cafeteria. This place is full of people as usual. School usually is. I found myself standing in a long line for lunch.
God, why does this school have the same goddamn people?
I'm sick of seeing the same kinds of people. I'll probably go with something simple, like a sandwich. As the line continues moving at a snail's pace, I look around for anyone I know, or a spot where I can sit down. Most tables were already occupied. I can't begin to imagine how these people managed to get here so fast. I spot Nazar and Naomi on the other side of the cafeteria. It looks like they're chatting about something. Well, more like Naomi is chatting about something and Nazar only nods from time to time. I wonder if she's drilling him on the athletics festival we're supposed to have in a month. Hang in there, brother. And then there's Trish. She's sitting alone and looks very restless, nervously tapping her horn and not eating a bite as she clutches her phone. Strangely, Reed doesn't seem to be anywhere. I hope those two didn't have a spat of some kind. Trish is not good at making peace with people, so it will be a lot of a headache for me and Fang. Although I can't imagine Reed getting angry with anyone for any reason. Finally, I managed to grab my tray of food. Let's see. I think I'll... triple choice. Who should we triple choice?
You've been making the choices.
I feel kind of bad for Nazar, so I decided to try and take some of the heat off him. Naomi can be a headache if she isn't too enthusiastic about something.
Were you fascinated?
Too autistic. As I walk down the aisle with my tray, I'm getting married. I realized that Naomi was a bit more excited than usual, and not in a good way.
I'm in with this school.
Naomi, listen, you gotta chill.
I will chill when I see all those people out of this establishment and on the street corner.
Jesus, Naomi. She was truly going off. Now is my entrance. Hey, you two, what's going on? Oh, Anon. How nice of you to drop by. Listen, we've...
Shut it, dude.
Oh...
You don't see.
Naomi's tone was stone cold now. I sat at the table trying to keep my distance from Naomi in case she starts throwing things.
You know, as you know, our school prides itself on its ability to provide each of our students with the opportunities they need to unleash their full potential.
Where did that start?
However, in recent times, it became increasingly difficult to achieve.
Where's my phone?
Why do you need your phone, Anon?
Don't worry about it.
Anon, did you know schools are forbidden in phones? I was trying to say phones are forbidden. You control them, the clicky. As I found out yesterday, the budget for our extracurricular activities is completely unbalanced.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, I started crunching the numbers. Turns out, the money is disappearing into nowhere. Someone is embezzling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds illegal.
That is, no one knows where it's going. My dear Nazar's team can't even buy new equipment because of it. And sports has to have all the budget.
Look, it's really no big deal. Our equipment is perfectly...
Shoot it, dear!
Nazar flinched like a kid being scolded by his mother.
Naturally, I can't let this stand. However, once I start rallying the student council to work just a bit of overtime and solve this problem. Those bumps told me they have other things to do! She's turning into Mia.
Naomi's usual peach-colored skin was turning redder by the minute.
Imagine the sheer impertinence! Why are they even wasting oxygen in the student council office if they won't do their jobs?
I begin to fear for Nazar's health because he is turning pale. Almost all attention in the cafeteria is on Naomi and her sudden outburst now. Only Trish seemed undisturbed by it, still deep in thought about something. Naomi noticed this, and finally decided to dial in the fury.
I have dialed in the fury. I'm sorry for this.
As soon as focused back on the food, Naomi looked downright crushed. You look like you're about to pop a vein. I get that things are hard, but you should relax. Dude, that's what I've been saying. Relax, Naomi. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. Naomi was looking at us somewhat appreciatively now.
Thank you both. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah, no shit.
Nothing is going well today. First, the auditorium had a short circuit of some kind. A lot of very expensive equipment is not working. Thankfully, we managed to find a student who agreed to help. His name is Reed.
Yeah, so that's where Reed disappeared too.
But now my laptop also broke, and I have a ton of sensitive information on it.
You like what?
My E6 account.
Oh no.
It's full of... I only have one thing saved, and it's just pictures of me.
I was gonna say, hold on. Let me check E6 real quick.
I need it ASAP. ASAP. Oh, I'm trying to figure the budget out. I just don't have time to deal with it. Manzer, please stop looking at me like that. It's making me feel uncomfortable.
There are currently... There's 2 pages worth of...
It's only 2 pages.
Of Fang and Nazar.
Why were you... What?
I don't know. You said she was looking up images of herself. I figured she'd ship herself with Nazar.
So why are you looking at 2 pages of Fang and Nazar?
Oh, I meant Naomi.
Okay, that's why I was confused.
okay, yeah, no.
I'm being cooked by my boyfriend.
With his sister.
And I didn't even read that line. And of course no one wants to help me. The student council office has been empty the whole day. This is supposed to be a sad moment, but I can't stop laughing.
Naomi's reading a book by herself, and she actually skips a line and she says that aloud. At this point, Nazar decides to butt in. Look, I would have loved to help, but honestly...
Nazar, stop looking at me like that!
But I don't understand that stuff at all. But Anon, I'm sure you do, right? I've seen you fix Fang's computer before. You were a pro. She forgot the password. It wasn't a complicated issue. I can see where this is going from a mile away. See? That's what I'm talking about. Naomi looked at me with pleading eyes.
Could you help me out? Please, I really have no other options here. Just drop by my office after classes.
You have an office?
Well, yeah, it's outside of Principal Spearson's office.
I'm starting to wonder if this is all a plan of
I'm like
some
a
kind.
Receptionist.
But I doubt it. This Naomi seems much more genuine than the usual one. I think,
I'm gonna be so grateful to you and genuine because you're doing something for me.
Sure, why not? I've got nothing better to do. Upon hearing this, Naomi clapped her hands, glowing with joy.
She wouldn't stop clapping. Oh, thank you! You can't imagine how grateful I am.
Nazar gives me a thumbs up and finally started eating his lunch. This reminds me, I still haven't eaten a bite myself. This tastes like processed cat food. Beats the unprocessed cat food flavor they usually serve, though.
Just drop by my office after you're doing classes. You remember where it is, right?
Sure I do.
Wonderful! I'll be waiting. Oh, maybe I'll make some tea. I'm sure we'll have a great time.
Naomi was overjoyed.
Nazar's getting cucked.
I guess that's what happens when something goes her way. Thanks, Anon. You saved our hides. How am I saving your hide? I hope I can help, but no guarantees. I'm not a computer scientist, you know.
Of course, I appreciate you helping me. She's the one embezzling.
We continue lunching in a relative peace and silence. Eventually, I bid the two farewell and head back to class. As the afternoon wears on, students are seen walking through the hallways, chatting to each other. The end of the school day is slowly approaching, so I won't have to suffer for much longer. As I was walking towards my classroom, I spotted a familiar face. It was Stella. She's playing with her tarot cards as usual.
Nankun, I didn't see you there, hello.
I'm gonna kill you.
Why?
Because I can. This is a free country. Are you mocking me? Her smile radiates happiness.
Teleports behind you. Stella, you just do it. You don't say teleports behind you.
Is this girl even capable of feeling down? Please drop the coon and never use it again. Talking with Stella can be difficult at times.
Want me to read your fate? I have everything I need right here.
She held a tarot card, the Fool, between her fingers and did a pose strikingly reminiscent of Cardcaptor Sakura.
They were also Cardcaptor Sakura's tarot cards.
I prefer the bliss of ignorance.
Which I have.
It's not like I have anything against Stella and her usual games, but I'm not in the mood for them right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
She makes a swift movement with her hand and the card disappears. Wonder when she learned that trick.
Yep, Cardcaptor Sakura. Listen, I haven't seen Fang today. Is she doing okay?
No, she got a bit sick, but it's nothing serious.
Oh, I see. And you doing good? I can't speak anymore.
Feeling a bit out of it for some reason, but it's all good otherwise. Ever since this morning, the whole day felt somewhat off.
Oh, it's probably the moon influencing your psyche.
Stella just said something I had a hard time fully comprehending. What's the moon got to do with me?
Are you serious? Your head is like the moon.
You're the moon princess, Anon.
You are the moon princess.
I swear
I was attracted to you.
It's fate.
In a sexual way.
Thank God. Finally. Some mussy.
Mussy.
I swear I just saw a twinkle in Stella's eye.
Mussy. I'm sorry, Static.
She smiled widely as if she was expecting this question.
Today is a special day, actually. It's a supermoon.
Now she's speaking neither English language nor the weeaboo language.
Mm-hmm.
I think you watch too many cartoons, Stella. Maybe lay off that stuff for a bit.
The supermoon is an actual thing, Anon.
I let out a quick sigh. Stella got somewhat indignant.
No, it's a real thing. It's a very rare occurrence when the full moon coincides with perigee, which is the moment that the moon comes the closest to the Earth.
What about pierogies?
Perigee?
I'll just pretend I...
dog food.
I'll just pretend I got all that.
This is gonna have all sorts of strange effects on people, you know.
Huh. I have to admit, she's making more sense than I was expecting.
Did you have any strange dreams last night?
Dreams? Let me tell you something about dreams.
Go on, I'm gonna close my eyes.
For some reason, that word struck a chord with me. Now that I think about it, the whole day felt like a fever dream. The strange atmosphere in the air, the time that doesn't seem to make much sense. I felt like I had been thrust out of reality and I couldn't find my footing in any sort of logic. Like this day has been ripped out of some story and left on the table by itself. With no yesterday and no tomorrow, the very thought itself gets me a bit dizzy.
Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Sometimes my life really sounds like a cheap novel. Or a free one. I think I did have a weird dream, but I can't remember it.
Oh, that's a shame. You know, a lot of wonderful things can be divined from dreams. Especially the strange ones. But don't worry, it'll all be fine tomorrow.
As I try to organize my thoughts, Stella suddenly starts prattling in my ear.
Oh, by the way, have you been watching anything interesting lately? The remake of Urusei Yatsura just started airing, and I think it's a surprisingly solid take on the original. I've seen all the episodes of that show in...
The school bell rings.
It's the one with the alien.
Cool. Oh, sweet merciful Lord, thank you.
Oh no, I gotta go. See you in Ankun.
Stella hurried away, and I was left standing alone in the emptying hallway. See ya, Stella-chan.
Oh, I heard that.
I mumble under my breath, sardonically.
Yeah.
It's time to go to class. As boring, because I was gearing up to say, sarcastically.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. But you fixed it.
Yeah, then I was like, oh wait, no, that's sardonic. As boring as it is, my grades can't afford to drop off. That's why I need to study.
Oh, I'm here to study.
The last period is over. The students leave the classroom, chatting happily about their plans for the evening. I stretch in the chair and look outside the window. The weather is as nice today as it was the whole day. The clock on the classroom's wall continues ticking by. It's 3:15 p.m. I remember that Naomi asked me to come by. Her office, separate from the student council room, should be on the 3rd floor. I may as well head there right now. Got nothing else going on. Knock knock.
Please come
I peek into Naomi's office. She was behind her desk, surrounded by entire towers of impressive-looking folders. Not taking her eyes off of one, she gestures for me to come in.
Please, take a seat right there.
Naomi pointed to a smaller table on her left with a laptop on it.
This is the computer. Do whatever you want with it. Just make sure it runs properly.
Okay. I sit down and boot Naomi's laptop up. Naomi, the battery was just dead.
Yeah.
It looks somewhat odd, but it's working. Nah, it looks fine. Of course, it's Windows 10. A QT photo of Nazar and Naomi at some dinner party greets me on the lock screen. Everything seems to work just fine.
They happen to be at prom.
Yeah, they were time travelers. As I press enter, the system demands a PIN code. Naomi, what's your PIN?
That's a problem. I don't know.
What do you mean you 1111? Damn it. 1112. Damn it. Uh-huh. In that case, I can use your password to log in. Do you remember it?
Yes, it's...
She paused for a second.
It's go to hell Mia 123. They won't help you anyway.
It sure as hell should. There must be a forgot my PIN option here somewhere. After staring at the screen for 20 seconds, I realized that the option was nowhere to be found. That's weird. Let's look it up online.
I get into Naomi's computer and boot up Google Chrome.
What is Naomi's PIN? Oh, here you go. Someone on Reddit has the answer. There's some serious Googling on my phone. I finally begin to understand what the problem is. This version of Windows 10 is old as sin.
So I have to say that actually did work for someone. They had forgotten their password. Okay, so they called me up to ask me how to solve the situation. And I was like, I don't know how really to work a Mac. Why don't you just Google it? Something in their brain was like, okay, I'm not going to use my phone to Google it, I'll use my computer to Google it. So they subconsciously typed in their password, got into the computer, went to Google.
I mean, muscle memory, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, sometimes you just have to have that, like, stupid moment.
No, so it's funny you bring that up. I have a story just like that, too. When I worked at my hotel job, we had special key cards made so we can go into all the guest rooms and stuff like that, because I worked in housekeeping.
Like master key cards.
Yes. And they kept them in this big electronic lockbox. Now, we hated this thing, because we went like 3-4 years without using it, and then we're suddenly forced to use it. But, it makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
And for that, you had to have these super long passcodes. And it was all like on a pin pad. It was all like numbers. And I'm like, so I go on vacation for like 14 days. And about day like 12, 13, I'm sitting there being like, okay, I gotta work's coming up. Vacation's winding down. And I forget how to get into the lockbox. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh shit, I can't remember. And I walk up to it, and I'm like, I can't remember how to get into this thing. And I just punched it in, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I do.
Cool.
Yeah, like, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just muscle memory. Shit's nuts.
Shit is nuts.
Turns out Microsoft outdid themselves when designing the new login screen. Before a certain update, it didn't have a forgot PIN option. So if you actually forgot it, you were shit out of luck even with the user password. Now that's a head scratcher. Hey Naomi, so how exactly did you manage to forget your PIN? She looked at me like I just insulted Nazar in front of her.
I didn't forget it. My damn sister changed it. And it was your idea of a joke.
Naomi has a sister? Now that's news. Would have been easier if you asked her to change it back.
I'd rather die.
There was enough cold fury in that voice to start an ice age. Tough. And so silence fell. Quite a few minutes passed. The only sounds one could hear was Naomi's rustling papers and the squeaking office chair. I span on it back and forth, trying to get my noggin jogging, and no doubt annoying the crap out of Naomi. I glanced at Naomi. She was tapping away on a huge calculator. It looked like something my dad might have used when he was in the high school. I guess this school does need budgeting. My conscience told me not to interrupt Naomi, but the atmosphere in the room was getting so thick that you could cut it with a knife. So, how's Nazar doing?
He's fine. He and his team have been training around the clock recently, so we don't spend much time together.
I'm sure he misses you a whole lot. I say with a grin.
Ain't better.
Okay. I guess my sarcasm didn't go unappreciated. Are you seriously planning on handling this entire mountain of paper by yourself?
Do I have any options? It's not like you're gonna fucking do it.
I don't know, but don't push yourself too hard. We need you alive and well. This made Naomi relax a bit.
Thanks. But you need to worry, I can handle this.
To me, it looks like the student council's exploiting you to high heaven. You don't usually see the queen bee shoveling honey all day long. Wait a second. Exploit. Just remembered something. A certain old exploit in Windows 10 might help me. Turning back to the computer screen, I rebooted and entered the recovery menu. Now I can launch the recovery command shell. It doesn't have the admin privileges, but it allows me to copy command.exe over the file that's responsible for the sticky keys function. Then I boot back to the login screen and press shift 5 times. Voila, I now have a command line with full administrator privileges.
Huh.
God bless whatever Indian programmers Microsoft employs. They always try their best. Sad but true.
Yeah.
At that point, fixing the problem became a matter of time. I created a new user, made it an admin, and set up new login parameters. That allowed me to enter Naomi's user account and switch the whole login screen off. Once again, I'm victorious. Terry would have been proud. Terry would have
Terry Crews.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Terry would have been proud. After I finished cleaning up the leftover mess, it was time to present my achievement to Naomi. As she diligently crunched the numbers, I stretched in my chair and turned to her. I'm done here. The issue is pretty obscure, but it's all good now. This made Naomi cheer up for the first time since I came here.
No, thank you. You have no idea how much headache you just saved me.
Abandoning the calculator, she stood up and pranced like a doe to the nearest cabinet. Ellie, what are you doing here? Get out of here.
Remember, I promised you tea? Well, you're getting it now. Because
Naomi.
tea is a reward.
Naomi opened the cabinet and took out an electric kettle with some tea bags and what looked like a large cardboard box.
It's cardboard tea.
Oh, you really don't have to. It's not a big deal.
Shush! I'm not taking no for an answer. You can drink your tea, you're gonna like it. Good work must always be rewarded. With tea.
Well, I may as well enjoy myself. Naomi quickly got the kettle going and pulled out 2 teacups.
Any sugar?
No, thanks. I like it plain.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
You don't have sugar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I have no sugar. Yeah.
Well, Naomi, if you want to give me some sugar, you know, get the fuck out.
Okay.
Tea is no easier for good boys. I wish Nazar was like that. Is that
What?
a new face?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, maybe because she's now tall.
She's now tall. Thank God. Holy shit, this code is fucking long. 7,583 lines.
He refuses to touch anything unless there's milk and sugar. Such a sweet tooth.
I don't know why. I just saw he refuses to touch me.
Elon, why won't he touch me? Don't I give him the sugar?
As we waited for the tea to cool down, Naomi picked the mystery box up and brought it to my attention.
We won't just be drinking tea though. I have a surprise.
Do you plan
It's
this?
more tea.
She opened the box. It was full of cutesy home-baked cookies. They were all shaped like small dinosaurs.
Like the ones you buy from the store.
Homemade cookies, Naomi. Yes.
Yours.
Yes.
He was going to bake some for Nazar. I could have honestly baked some for him. Anytime. This is a test batch. I want you to try them for me. So if they kill you, I know not to give them to Nazar.
The pie was impressively tall. Eating someone's first attempt at baking is always a gamble, but Naomi doesn't strike me as someone who would be bad at it. It certainly can't be as bad as that time I almost ate a feather and scrambled eggs Fang tried to make. Here you go.
So
The eggs were a little hatching, but I made it work.
So, funny story, my friends made cookies one time, and they were like, I think we messed up and put too much salt in them. And I took a bite, and they were salty. But it was like the right amount of salt that the cookies were like really fucking good. And I was like, well, if you don't want them, I mean, do I have to say they're disgusting just to take them all home? Like, they are salty, that is for sure, but my god, this is some good salt.
Yes, the salt.
I don't know, I guess I needed salt at that moment.
Wait, hold on. What?
What? What?
Hold on. There's an entire scene called Stella and Tracy. There's fucking Tracy in this. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, sure.
You're a lifesaver as usual.
Finally, the tea cooled off enough to drink. I picked up the first cookie and sized it up. It looks somewhat like a pterosaur, although it could also have been a bat.
Same difference.
It was covered in strange black dots. I assumed they're chocolate. Naomi wasn't looking at me expectantly. Well, here goes nothing. They were laced with poison.
Yeah, I finally did it. I got rid of the nasty human.
Find an auto-kill spears and take the rifle. My rifle roll in the school.
Now I can finally give these to the rest of the student council, and I can just have all the money to myself.
I bit off the weird pterosaur's ring.
That died.
For a second, I forgot how to breathe.
Oh my god, she really poisoned him?
I can feel the tears in my eyes. My whole mouth was burning. Arsenic. Barely able to swallow
Was
the
it too much salt?
I gulped down the tea and stared at the clueless Naomi, who was smiling vacantly at me.
So, who was it?
What was that?
My very own recipe.
I was coughing like a sick man now. What the hell did you add?
Black pepper!
My eyes
Why?
widened.
My mom always said that adding a bit of salt to sweets helps bring out the flavor, so I tried doing it with pepper.
My mom always said to add salt, so I said fuck that.
I am book smart, not street smart.
Clearly, I'm dying.
Look at the vacancy in my eyes.
Ugh.
It's quite a fun treat, don't you think?
I'm dying. My inner alarm was going off. Naomi definitely wanted to poison me. Yeah, we concluded that already.
We predicted.
If not for the fact that she picked one of the spotted pterodactyls herself and ate it in one bite, glowing with pride.
It prickles a bit, doesn't it?
What the actual hell is this woman?
So try another one. Each one is its own surprise.
No mystery cookies. She said she was scarfing down her tea in one swig, stone-faced. She was a master of hiding emotions as usual. I didn't want to ruin Naomi's mood completely, so I gave another cookie a chance. This one looked like a snake of some kind, or maybe a Chinese dragon. It was covered in what looked like shards of stained glass. Now I feel like I need to know more before eating. And this?
Oh, this is colored sugar. I found it in Mom's baking set.
Sounds innocent enough. I took a smaller bite out of the cookie. Or I would have if I didn't refuse the yield. The cookie was hard as a rock. Now I was getting scared for my teeth. How did you measure the flour?
I tried eyeballing it.
Did she forget to wear glasses? Sorry, this one's a bit too tough for me.
Oh. Well, fuck.
She started to realize what's going on. Well, third time's the charm. This one looked like a Tulu? Nothing else seemed weird about it. I snapped it in half, took a deep breath, and put one half in my mouth. Bracing for it still couldn't prepare me. Definitely
Hell yeah.
arsenic.
The saltiest cookie.
It was the saltiest thing I've ever eaten. I don't have to say anything, my face said it all. Chugging the rest of my tea like a man stranded in a desert, I slightly passed the other half to Naomi. She eats it with a difficult expression.
Oh. I think I got sugar and salt mixed up. You know, I could have, like, tasted it before just putting it in, but you know.
Naomi looked like she was on the verge of tears now.
I can't believe it.
She looked away from me, took off her glasses, and covered her eyes.
Cookies are delicious!
The pure gold! Okay, so let's see. So, I missed Tracy. So that's good. We're in the Naomi route.
We got, what? How many endings?
How many
routes?
I was trying to piece it together. Well,
this is the blind route.
Oh, there's fucking...
Then you can choose another route, and then I'm going to sleep.
Okay. Hey, Naomi.
It's fine, Anon. You can go. I have all these cookies for myself. Thanks for helping me out.
No, I couldn't leave it like that.
I can't believe I can't peek.
I will
never be a trad wife.
It was the first time I saw her legitimately try to do something nice. Look, don't worry about it. You tried killing me, and that's cool, but...
You can always try again. Just choose a human poison for once.
You screwed up here, but we all do. Just try again.
Why bother?
She looked at me again.
I failed. Simple as that.
Fine, fuck you then.
You know the old adage? You fail once and you're just a fucking failure.
Why bother, she said. You did. So what? You're the most successful person in this school. It's hardly a setback for someone like you. At this moment, I realized that Naomi was reaching her boiling point.
Yeah, I can see that. Working overtime, up here with things no one cares about, with a boyfriend who's obviously avoiding me, feeding you this shit.
Just like at lunch, she exploded again. She picked up the box and threw it across the room, sweets scattering all over the floor. Naomi. I think the problem ran deeper than bad cookies. The girl stood up, her tail almost knocking over the chair she sat on. She strolled to the corner of the room and stood there, looking at me.
You can leave now. Don't pretend like you care.
Why wouldn't I care? You're my best friend's girlfriend.
Because you I thought I was reading that as because I hate you anyway. Because you hate me anyway. No, Naomi. I actually want Jesse's girl.
Yeah, my best friend's girlfriend. She used to be mine.
Why would I put with you and Fang? You try to be nice, but I'm not stupid, you know. I have the glasses.
I don't hate you.
Why?
This question caught me off guard. Why don't I hate Naomi? She tried manipulating me before. She can be very selfish and annoying, so why don't I hate her? Because you never mean any harm. Naomi looked at me, dumbstruck. Sure, you were pretty nasty, but you did what you did for your boyfriend, right? You saw how he couldn't deal with Fang, so you tried to fix her. It wasn't because you hated her, it was because you loved him. No matter how I look at it, I can't hate that. Naomi let out an uneasy sigh and slumped back in her chair.
Sorry about the outburst. I'm a bit on edge right now.
You said Nazar's avoiding you? Why?
No, it's just emotions talking. He's so preoccupied with the athletics festival, we barely see each other anymore. And then there's...
She paused for a moment.
My sister.
You mentioned her before. Didn't know you have one.
She's my older sister. Mia fucking Mia. She's in college now, but she decided to visit the family home a few days ago. She hated me since we were children. I was a fucking delinquent. Stealing my stuff, doing stupid pranks, never apologizing for anything. Now she comes back, and the first thing she does? Ask me what fucking dick I sucked to get the student council president position.
Naomi looks furious, clenching her fists so hard her hands were shaking.
You whizzing at her?
I guess both you and Naz are blessed with interesting siblings. No wonder you hit it off so well. Naomi was staring daggers at me now. Have you talked with Nazar about it?
Not really. Nazar doesn't even know. He'll just think I'm pathetic.
I don't think you give him enough credit. Nazar's a sensitive guy. He has a lot of his own experience.
Like a broken wing.
Yeah. If you two talk about it, I'm sure your relationship would only grow stronger. Get the stuff off your chest for once.
You know, maybe right. I'll try. Thank you, human.
My name's Anon, but okay. Naomi smiled again, relieving some tension in the room. We both relaxed in our chairs.
You are the sepiest of the homos.
Thank you, Naomi. No one's ever said that to me before. I looked around. The office was in bad shape. Cookies scattered all over the floor, stacks of paper piling up on the desk. How about we make a deal?
What kind?
I help you clean up all this mess, and you let me drag you out of this hellhole for today.
Huh?
I think we both need some fresh air.
And you know I'm taken?
I'm not talking about dates, stupid. I just think you should get a break. We could hang out, like friends. I doubt I could handle having her as a girlfriend.
No, friends, huh? You know what's a friend?
I don't have any.
I don't know what a friend is. I think I could use a break. Clean up the floor then, and I'll get my disc in order. Just slides all of the files onto the floor. I'm done with my part, and just remember you get the floor.
The whole process didn't take long. Once we managed to put the office in a presentable state, Naomi and I left the building together. The sky is getting redder at the evening as the evening. We walked down the street, not talking much. I was the one to suggest this, but I have no clue what to do with her. Even after all this time, I realized that I don't know anything about Naomi. I wonder what Nazar does in this situation. I guess in the relationship, she's doing everything.
Hey, I have an idea. There's a bookstore nearby. I need to buy some stuff there. Do you mind if we run by?
Lead the way. I don't need any books, but it's nice for Naomi to break the ice. We took a right turn, walking for 5 more minutes, and sure enough, there was a small bookstore.
It was an occult shop.
I opened the door for Naomi, doing my best gentlemanly impression. My lady. If she were a Fang, she certainly would have made a snide comment of some sort. But Naomi only gave me a polite thanks.
This is a small bookshop?
The store is
How are
cramped.
books?
We have a heavy smell of old books in the air. Looks more like an old library.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Naomi quickly disappeared into a maze of bookshelves and left me stranded. I wonder if they sell manga here. Probably not. Still, it's worth taking a look. I made my way through the store, which turned out to be surprisingly big. Most of the stuff here was educational in nature. It's no wonder the school is nearby, and after all. Naomi probably needed something for her studies. As I was trying to squeeze myself between the shelves and made my way deeper into the store, I noticed something in the corner of my eye. Here was Naomi hiding amongst the bookshelves. She was reading something. But wait. This is the
I was like, is it smut?
adult romance section.
Dun dun dun.
A mysterious smile crept up on my face. So our student council president likes that kind of literature. What a lewd woman. Though I guess we all have our ways of dealing with stress. Still. Trying to not make any noise, I stepped closer to her. I couldn't see the title of the book she was reading, but I could see the cover. A very macho, topless-looking man was holding a beautiful maiden in one hand and a huge sword in another. Hey, Perez. Naomi jerked up like she got struck with a lightning bolt.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
In this bookshop.
You know, they have a great 2-for-1 sale on anatomy books. I was shamelessly poking fun at her now. Naomi panicked as she tried to shove the book back on the shelf, near the 6 copies of 50 Shades of Grey.
This is what it looks like. I did a mistake.
A very likely story. I'm sure others would believe it that right away. Goodness me, such vulgar literature.
Please, keep this a secret. If anyone finds out, my reputation is done for. Everything I worked so hard for.
Naomi looked like she was about to cry. Her entire facade was nothing more than a house of cards, and someone just pulled out a book that was built on.
Please, I'll do anything you ask. Anything.
Oh, really? Something came over me at that moment. A violent impulse I haven't felt before.
No, don't do it. I know
Almost
what
like-
you're gonna do.
Almost like my id suddenly decided to take the wheel.
Don't do it, Anon. No, Anon.
I just had to tease this girl a bit more.
Oh. I honestly thought he was gonna boop her Snoot.
I walked up to Naomi with the sultriest look I could muster.
The sluttiest look.
Shut. And I slammed my hand on the opposite bookshelf, trapping her against it with my body. She was burning with embarrassment, looking away from me, her face as red as a tomato. I guess her romantic fantasies were coming true in the worst way possible.
This is wrong. What Nazar say?
I gently grabbed the bow of her shirt. Nazar doesn't need to know. Naomi's breathing was getting heavy. Her knees were shaking. I'm so glad I got into the habit of eating mint candy.
I never knew you felt this way about me.
There wasn't even a hint of resistance in her. Naomi, the high and mighty student council president. She who tried to control me so masterfully before was melting like butter in my grasp. I lowered my head slightly and whispered to her, "Now, here's what we'll do." Naomi gulped nervously. "First, you'll give me your phone number." She nodded meekly without saying a word. "I'll mail you a cookie recipe, the best one I have. You follow that recipe to the T, and tomorrow we'll see the results." I let go of her. Whatever atmosphere Naomi cooked up in her head evaporated instantly. She looked dumbfounded, but still blushing. "That's the price of my silence, Prez. Bake me cookies, bitch."
Yes, Mr. Renan.
Naomi nodded.
I understand.
Honestly, I expected a stronger reaction. Maybe a slap on the face. But she didn't say a word against anything that got just transpired. I guess she liked it. Might as well count my blessings. Cool. I'll be waiting then, I said with a gentle smile. I wish Fang saw us now. She would be rolling on the floor. I decided it was time to leave. One of us really needs some fresh air, and the other one was me. Naomi waddled outside after me, looking like she just ate a whole batch of her special pterodactyl cookies. Her usually million-dollar attitude was left somewhere in the romance section, I guess. As we made our way to the bus stop, the sun was already setting. I was tapping away at my phone while Naomi stayed silent. Okay, cool. So I just sent you the recipe?
Oh. She checked her phone. It was linked to the website I always use myself. Oh, that makes sense. I should have butter.
Moments later, she was really into it.
Oh, this looks so simple.
Yeah, baking's easy. Yeah.
No.
It should take you an hour or so. Try making some and I'll come by your office tomorrow to try them. I won't allow Nazar to eat subpar baked goods. Naomi smiled and nodded.
Yes. Thank you for the help. And that spicy, strange as it may be, that interaction.
Oh, that was the fucking... Okay. Sometimes I can't fucking tell. That's what friends are for. Naomi was still blushing.
It's very nice of you to see. But promise me you won't tell a word to anyone about the books.
No promises. I already promised.
I will break your skull in between my thighs.
I'd like to see you try, bitch.
I died that day. No regrets.
I am dead.
No regrets.
I already promised. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Well, it's getting late now. I think it's time for us to split.
I agree. My parents will get worried if I don't show up soon.
As I waved Naomi goodbye, she said something unexpected. Gazzle snort. We both paused for a moment.
Today was fun. Let's hang out more sometime.
There was no usual saccharine tone in her words. Sorry, saccharine. She was being earnest. Sure. I think I just saw a rare, genuine smile on Naomi's face. We bid each other farewell. Naomi disappeared from my view, and I headed home.
She was killed later that night.
She died on the way back to her own planet.
Her own planet?
Yeah. It's a Simpsons.
She became the moon.
My apartment was as quiet as ever. I ate my dinner at my PC desk while scrolling various cooking websites. My mind was still digesting everything that just transpired. Today was a weird day. Naomi and I were never anything more than acquaintances, and yet we had fun together. Nazar's not a jealousy type, so I'm sure he would be happy to know that. Fang, though, she would probably be pretty angry. She and Naomi are not on speaking terms, so I gotta choose my words carefully when I break her the news. Although Fang is not dumb enough to get jealous over Naomi of all people, she'll understand. Maybe I could even build a bridge between those two, although that would be quite a challenge. I'll have to ask Nazar about it. Maybe we'll organize a double date or something? I hear my phone buzzing. Is it Fang? But she already called me an hour ago. Oh, it's Naomi. She sent me a message.
I tried to find your recipe. It worked really well. You have to drop by my office tomorrow and try these. I'm so happy with them.
You got it, Prez. I'll be there. Might even bring Fang with me. She's coming back tomorrow.
Please, no.
Oh, worth a try. Yeah, well, okay. It was time for me to get to some sleep, but
yeah, man, I wish.
But sleeping proved to be somewhat difficult. My thoughts were on what Naomi told me in her office. His sister is a complete mystery to me.
I must know more about her.
Is she really that bad? Or is it the same story with Fang and Nazar?
Sleeping.
I don't think I can handle another Fang, though. One is plenty enough for me. So maybe I should just leave her for some other sucker to figure out, like Ben.
Like Inko.
As I relax under my nice warm blanket, a curious thing dawns on me. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow's cookies.
Hell yeah.
As long as
Wife
Naomi
cookies.
As long as Naomi doesn't add any garlic or something. Should be pretty great. Now that I think about it, I'm definitely taking Fang with me tomorrow. I'm sure a perfect student council president would handle her just fine.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I want a cookie. I have cookies, but I want, like, warm cookies.
Try again, fuckface.
Try again. Ugh.
Yeah?
Yeah, what? Go ahead.
Let's not visit Fang. Maybe I shouldn't bother Fang so early in the morning. I'm sure she's just resting. But come May now, I'll only disturb her for no good reason. I pick up my bag and head outside. The morning air is chilly as usual. The temperature has been unnaturally low for the last month or so. There's that... Okay, well, clearly not, but I mean, there's how many endings? This is definitely something we'll not gonna do at all.
This is the last ending for tonight. Yeah, we'll have to finish it next Wednesday. I should probably have... I knew it was gonna be a long one. I knew it. I was like, oh man, hopefully 2 short ones, and then I go to sleep and everything will be
We're
fine.
running out of short ones.
We are... What? This is the first one we just did.
No, that's what I'm saying, is we're running out of them on the list.
Oh, I get what you're saying. We're running out of short ones.
Maybe
I
not.
thought you said we already did a short one.
No. People are getting visibly frustrated. Everyone planned to ditch their jackets last month, but Mother Nature had other plans. As I don't mind. As I walk down the street, the upcoming school day comes to my mind. Since it's early, I might as well take a scenic route to the school instead of the usual one. It would be good for my health. As I went down the sidewalk, the morning crowd attracted my attention. Humans and diners alike rushed through the streets, hoping to catch the bus or get somewhere or whatever. Most kids are even gonna be. When I reach a crossing, I spot a certain familiar hot dog stand. The smell of Frank's wafts through the air as a yellow dino scrambling behind the counter. Tracy is already working at full force. But she's not alone. A certain green stegosaurus is chatting with her. It's Stella, a girl with her head so high up in the clouds you have to wonder how she can stand up without tripping over. I don't mind Tracy, but Stella's overbearing company might be a bit too much for me so early in the morning. Though it's not like she deserves to be avoided outright. I wonder what I should do. Let's say hi to Stella.
Of course you will.
Stella's not a bad girl, so let's go say hi. As I approach them, Tracy is the first to spot me. Hell yeah. Hey chat, do you know that I fucking love this woman?
The penguin?
Yes. God, I need Tracy mod. When the fuck? Why am I working on fucking Boys of Summer and I could be working on Under the Pressure?
Yeah, it's a good question. we need a mod with Tracy and her hair.
Yeah. Except with a bad end. No, shut the fuck up. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, tell everybody the ending to your mod.
That's the bad one.
Yeah, but come on, man. You're gonna end up just talking about the whole thing.
It's subject to change.
My guy.
Fine.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn to keep it in.
Fine.
Well, speaking of keeping it in, well, if it isn't a not, what brings you here so early? I can't wait to do this voice for 3 hours in my Tracy mod.
Oh, Anon-kun, it's so nice to meet you here. Have you met my wife?
What? You bitch. Stella waves at me energetically, trying to ignore her usual quirks. I smile at her and wave back. I could say the same to you, Tracy. Why are you working so early?
Oh, you have no idea how many people have a craving for hot dogs before work. Such as Stella right here. This cunt.
She points at Stella, who is already consuming hers surprisingly fast.
You fucking heard me. I hate you.
Oh, you know each other.
Tracy, we spent 37 beautiful years together.
And yet you're still in high school, you fucking moron.
Tracy, we already discussed this. It's not our fault that we are bound by our fates, and we cannot overcome this cycle that we are placed within.
Yeah, you know what you can do with that fucking cycle? Shove it up your ass. It's the only thing I keep you around for anymore.
No, Tracy, don't become like Monica. Yes.
Are you too good? You two need a minute?
Yes. I actually live nearby, so I always visit Tracy on the way to school.
Yep, she's been my most steady source of income for a while now. Somehow this high school student keeps our relationship afloat. I'm working at a net loss.
Tracy, you will never need money, remember? It has been today for 37 years.
I don't do it for the money, I do it for the love of the craft.
The love of the dogs.
Yeah, these hot dogs are gonna cook
Hey,
themselves,
Anon,
Stella.
you wanna see my dogs? For free?
No, you gotta pay for that.
Oh, you thought I was selling hot dogs? No.
Oh, no. This is my prostitution race. Like,
I'm so tired.
Is that Anon's line?
This is Kerb inserted add-on. Just like, please let me die.
Anon's like skin face just like twists and melds to be your face. I'm so tired.
Please end my existence. What?
what? You fucking...
Oh shit, did it happen again? God, my mumbling. No, Anon, that wasn't mumbling. There's something seriously wrong with you.
Are you a fucking skinwalker? What the fuck? All you humans do that?
No, that's Janet. She's from Timbermon.
Okay. Stella, you hang out with weird people.
No shit. Okay, please continue.
Yeah, she's been... Both of us chuckle at each other.
So, can I get you anything?
If Stella's paying.
Sure, why not? I'm not hungry, but standing here empty-handed looks pretty dumb.
Vegan or meat? I bet you want some meat, don't you? You look like you enjoy a nice meaty dog.
You...
Thanks, Tracy.
Give me palm, bitch.
I love this woman. You even have vegan options?
Of course I do. Can't survive
I'm
in this
sorry,
business.
Static. I know you love this spot. We're just totally fucking it up.
Look, we get a scene with both of our favorite characters in the lake.
Yeah.
Can't survive in this business otherwise. In case you forgot, unlike you skinnies, most dinos are either carnivores or herbivores. We don't have omnivores here. That's fucking weird. Any vendor worth their salt would account for both.
Yeah, I think Stella is my favorite of the Snoot cast.
It is a hard pick,
Yeah.
but I do love Tracy.
Because I
Tracy's
love
definitely up
Naomi,
there.
but like Stella became
Well, seeing
number
how,
one pretty quickly.
seeing how Sage isn't in this. I'll take Tracy. I don't guess. I feel dumb for even asking this question. Sometimes I still forget that I'm not in a human neighborhood anymore.
I'm an Herbie myself, as a matter of fact.
Why
do I have a sharp tooth?
raptor.
Why do I have a sharp tooth? if I'm an herbivore? I don't know.
I grind it.
I chiseled it myself.
I have to look like a carnivore in order to protect myself. If I look dangerous, people think I'm dangerous.
Yeah, that's my cover, kid. If you tell anyone, I swear to God, you will end up as a hot dog.
That's where the meat hot dogs come from.
Yeah, you fucking yumies.
Hot dogs are human people.
The hot dogs are human people.
I'll go with meat, thanks.
One meat dog coming right up.
Watching Tracy do her thing is like watching a performance. She juggles condiment bottles, quite literally, like she's been doing this since birth. So, as an herbivore, are you physically unable to eat meat?
Well, not really, but I can barely stomach it. Always gives me a nasty bellyache.
It's the same for me.
Did I fucking ask you?
Tracy, you are literally like a 4th tier character in this entire thing. You really need to back the fuck up.
You need to learn your place, trash.
Yeah, do not make me get JJ. Oh shit, JJ. Oh fuck.
shit,
No,
no,
okay,
fuck,
you know
no.
what? Yeah. In grade school, someone tried to prank me by feeding me a dino nugget, and I ended up in the medical room.
Yo, good prank. Sounds like a pain. I'm glad we skinnies are omnivores. I can eat whatever I want.
Oh, really? Why don't you try eating grass here? Let's see how you like it, Mr. Omnivore.
It's kind of scratchy.
What?
Grass.
Oh. That's just
You ever
mean.
eaten grass before?
Well, I try not to make it a habit.
I can do it, though. It's kind of bitter, but edible. Makes for a fun party trick.
Same here.
Aren't you supposed to be a chef, Tracy? I thought your palate was more refined.
I'm a street vendor. Don't lump me in with those pansies hiding in their kitchens, afraid of the real world.
Sounds like I struck a nerve. Did you work in a restaurant before?
Where do you think I stole this hat from? As a matter of fact, I did, 5 years ago. They fired me after I decided to spice up their stew recipe.
And how did you, spice it up?
Grass. I had
Grass.
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 What? I never took Tracy for the French cuisine enthusiast.
Oh yeah, those French love their grass.
For your information, they're very nutritious. But that asshole of a sous chef didn't appreciate it and threw me out. Meanwhile, his fat ass couldn't tell medium well from a medium rare. Goddamn hack. I'm glad I nailed this character so well.
I can barely hear that part.
But don't worry about it. I make 3 times as much money doing what I love here than slaving away in a restaurant kitchen. And I make a bunch more friends.
Tracy smiles at Stella, who's about to enjoy her second hot dog. I bet she is. This is bad bitch Stella orphaned down hot dogs. Stella blushes a bit and turns to
Yes.
me.
So Anon, how was your morning?
Well, I woke up and now I'm here.
I had a
was
dream. It's about the moon. And I don't know how any of this has to do with the moon.
It was fine. I woke up way earlier than usual for some reason. But Fang got sick, so that's a bummer.
Oh, your lady friend? I haven't seen her in a while.
Send her my best wishes. I hope she gets better soon.
Is it anything serious?
She told me it's all fine. She just won't be at school today. My words made Stella pause for a moment.
You know, it's probably the moon's influence.
And she just said something weird. Come again?
The moon is influencing you both. Today's a special day after all.
Yeah, I think I missed the memo. I swear I just saw a twinkle in Stella's eye.
It's Perigi's supermoon!
Now she's speaking neither English language nor the weeaboo language. I think you watch too many cartoons, Stella. Maybe lay off the stuff for a bit. As I sighed, she got somewhat indignant.
No, it's a real thing. It's a very rare occurrence when the full moon coincides with perigee, which is the moment with prego sauce, which is the moment that the moon comes closest to the earth.
Shut the fuck up. I'll just pretend I got all that.
This can have all sorts of strange effects on people, you know.
You're saying that's why I got up so early too?
Did you have any strange dreams last night?
I think I had a weird dream, but I can't remember it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
You know, a lot of wonderful things can be divined from dreams, especially strange ones. But don't worry, it'll all be fine tomorrow.
You two remind me of my own school days. We were all obsessed with astrology and mysticism back then. Then they
Tracy,
took it out of
we are not a
Skyrim.
part of a cult.
Then they took it out of Skyrim, and I just can't get into it.
What?
Shut up! I was in the arcane university of, what the fuck's it called? Cyrodiil, that's it, yeah! Do you kids still play with Ouija boards? Those are fun.
I have two.
Why am I not surprised?
One of them is a My Little Pony version.
The other's from Supernatural.
We kept talking for a few minutes. Eventually, as Stella ordered her third hot dog, I decided, goddamn girl, I decided to head to school
Hey.
before she could follow me.
She hungry.
Well, she's got 3 holes.
Jack? I need to have a word with you. You may be correct, but I hate you.
This goal sure is something.
Going down the usual road to school, I see students of all shapes and sizes walk alongside me. It's hard to describe how diverse the crowd is. From slender to stout, from tall to short, from green to purple. There's one thing diners have in common, it's that they have little in common. Some students are chatting with each other about upcoming lessons and events. Others prefer to be alone and make their way through the crowd with earbuds cutting them off from the outside world. It's still pretty early, so I imagine most of them are in school clubs of some kind, like Nazar. Speaking of which, he should probably be around. I could ask him about Fang if I see him, although I don't want to interrupt his morning practice, so maybe we could leave this until lunch. As I take a deep breath of cold air, I realize how much I miss my warm bed right now. Eventually, the school gate comes into my view. As I walk up the usual steps, I can see Rosa as I...
Yeah.
You know, I saw Stella on my way here. Oh, that's wonderful. She always spends her mornings alone. I'm usually sure she's appreciated your company. Alone, huh? I won't worry about that. She's not as lonely as you might think. She was actually chatting with a friend along the way. I'm not sure if I should divulge the sheer amount of hot dogs I've seen Stella consume today. I'm not that, tactless. Well, that's great news too. I should ask her about it sometime. By the way, if you're looking for Nazar, he's at his morning practice. He told me Fang got sick. Terrible thing, you must be so worried. Yeah, Fang told me it's, just need some rest. She's trying to go, give it a day or two, she'll be back on maybe you should just plan to put skip. Let us see here.
Let us leave. I'm wondering if Stay Alone will be more Stella, and if Trish would do a Trish route.
1974.
A good year.
Well, no, I was not alive.
I was 42.
Oh, this is a short scene.
1974.
Okay, yeah, oh, okay. For some reason, I don't feel like joining anyone today. I just want some peace and quiet. So I make my way to one of the few empty tables left and sit down. Everyone is eating their lunch merrily. One particularly pathetic skinny can be seen sitting there and eating cheap sandwiches. That skinny, of course, is me. As I take a bite out of today's meal, I can't help but flinch a little. Tastes undercooked. I'm not quite sure how a sandwich could taste undercooked, but it sure does. Still, at least it's cheap. What is this feeling of worthlessness that's washing over me? As the afternoon wears on, students are seen walking through the hallways, chatting to each other. The end of the school day is slowly approaching, so I won't have to suffer for much longer. Then I notice someone walking down the hallway, staring at the floor. That wouldn't be worth noticing if that someone wasn't Stella. Why, hello, Stella. We meet again. She glances up at me, looking slightly confused.
Oh, Anon, it's nice to see you. How's your day going?
It's not. I would normally be glad to not hear any cringy Japanese honorifics from Stella, but her defeated tone made me wish she did use them. That way I would have to be somewhat concerned instead. So I wouldn't have to be somewhat concerned instead. Doing good, I think. You know, usual. What got you so down?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
It most certainly wasn't nothing. Hey, did you know our local hobby shop got a restock? I talked to the guys and they said it's a bunch of new magical girl figurines.
That's nice. I wonder if I could find anything new for myself.
She still looked kind of depressed. For some reason, I couldn't handle her looking like that. Being at my wit's end, I fucking start screaming at Stella. I blurted out something that even I didn't expect from myself.
Stop being mean to my wife.
No, she just goes, "What's wrong with you?" Like, tell me. Stella, I can't. Hey, how about we go check it out after school? That finally made Stella perk up.
Really? I would love to.
Well, it's settled then. Should I drop by your classroom?
Oh, no, you don't have to. Just wait for me outside, okay? We'll meet at these school gates.
Sure, whatever you say. And Stella? Cheer up.
Don't worry, Anon. I just need my tarot cards, and all will be good. Meow.
She smiled at me and went to her locker. My gaze followed her for a bit. This girl sure is something.
She sure is.
She sure is something. The last period is over. The students leave the classroom chatting happily about their plans for the evening. 24:59.
What?
Sorry, I'm just... I switched my chair and, I told Stella I'd be waiting for her at the gate. Yeah, so there is... Okay. There is... Trish event, Naomi event, Stella event, Fang after breakfast. And then there's apparently a dead end? Boulder and Stella event, which is 5161. Okay. Might as well head straight there. I pick up my stuff and walk outside. It's been 15 minutes since I arrived here. Students from our class have long since vacated the premises, but Stella was nowhere to be seen. Didn't take her for a tardy type. Maybe I got the wrong place? But I'm pretty sure the school only has one gate. I don't even have her contact, so I'm completely stranded out here. Maybe I should just drop by her classroom? If she's not there, I'll get back here, wait for a few more minutes, and then head home. I know where her classroom is, at least. It should be somewhere near my own, which is convenient now. Know that because we always bump into each other on our way to classes. As I strolled down the empty hallway, a slightly opened classroom door caught my eye. That's Stella's classroom, I think. I decide to take a peek inside. The classroom is empty, except for Stella. I can see her standing there, hunched over a desk. Is she cleaning it? That doesn't make any sense. We have janitors, they get paid to do that. Or do some classes have cleaning duty? When I look closer, I realize that she's not cleaning the desk, she's scrubbing it thoroughly. Curiosity takes the best of me, and I enter. Hey, Stella. Stella jumped up in place like someone pinched her tail. Relax. It's just me.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. I must have lost track of time.
It's fine. You should have just told me you have cleaning duty here.
I should have screamed at the top of my lungs. You know, it's only 2:20 in the morning. My neighbors can handle it.
I can help out. I walked through the empty classroom and made my way to Stella. The table she's cleaning attracted my attention. What I saw made my heart drop for a moment. Insults of all kinds were scribbled all over the top in black markers. Pretty much every terrible thing you could think of. Is that yours?
Don't worry about it. It's just my classmates playing jokes.
I can see the desperation in her voice. That doesn't look like a funny joke to me.
That's impressive.
What?
That you can see the desperation in her voice?
Is that what I fucking said?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It was impressive. I have eyes like a hawk, Stella.
I can hear the desperation in her voice. It doesn't look like a funny joke to me. What the fuck? I look up at her, still profoundly confused. She avoids my gaze, trying her best to keep smiling.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing.
Stella kept repeating that, but she was trembling. Steeling herself, she kept trying to scrub the ink off. I can see tears in her eyes now. Her breathing was slightly ragged. This is goddamn painful to watch. I put my hand over hers to stop this fruitless endeavor. She gasps. She gasps quietly. I realized that her smooth, warm scales felt very different from Fang's feathers. Stella, it's a permanent marker. You can't scrub it off like that, you need acetone. She looks up at me, blushing slightly.
I'm not good at this, I'm sorry.
Why is she apologizing? Wait here, I'll go to the chemistry lab. I'm sure they'll have some.
You don't have to.
It's fine, just give me a moment, okay? I'll be right back. Stella nodded and I dashed straight for the chemistry lab. Thankfully, it was still open. Dr. Farnsworth was inside looking over on some paperwork. Oh, Dr. Farnsworth, sir. Oh, Anon. I didn't expect to see you here so late. Why aren't you home?
I don't have a home, sir, but this is not the point.
My friend got a bit of a situation. With permanent markers. Can I borrow some acetone by any chance? The teacher sighed. Obviously, this was not the first time he witnessed a situation. He gestured to the small room in the back. Of course, you can find a ball in the cabinet there. Make sure to bring it back after you've done. I'll be here for the next 30 minutes. Thank you, sir. I grabbed the ball and rushed back to Stella. She was sitting behind her filthy desk, looking out the classroom window with a dull stare. Her hands were grasping the sponge. Hey, Stella, guess what I got? Stella looked up at me, smiling as usual.
Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry I'm causing you all this trouble.
Don't be silly. Had to wipe off my fair share of markers too, you know. I take the sponge Stella's holding and soak it in acetone. I hope this works as well as I think it should. Sure enough, the markers come off instantly. It only took a minute to wipe it off. The table is sparkling clean now. Well, here you go. Good as new. As I finished and put the sponge down, Stella gazed at me, looking tired but grateful.
And
hugged me.
Thank you.
This was unexpected. I couldn't help but tense up. I got used to Fang's hugs, but Stella felt very different. She was somewhat heavier and softer. Her hair smelled like shampoo. Her body was warm. I feel the round beak press against my shoulder. The girl was squeezing me tight like her life depended on it.
Thank you so much.
It smells like
chicken
dirt.
nuggies.
Yeah, I guess. She doesn't shower. Come on, it's nothing. You know, we losers gotta stick together, right? A rather feeble attempt at humor on my part. Still, she responded with a soft giggle.
Sure.
As I felt her letting me go, I realized I was blushing. But Stella was now her usual cheery self.
Now let's go buy some figurines.
It took me a moment to collect myself. Okay, let's get out of here. We have lots of stuff to do. As we left the classroom, I felt like I got closer to Stella than I ever intended to. We took the acetone bottle back to lab and finally got to leave the school behind. As we walked down the road, I couldn't help but ask Stella about what we just went through. So, you're being bullied by your classmates?
It's not as bad as you think. It's just a few girls. They really don't like me.
I don't know. What I saw there was pretty goddamn bad. But why? Is it the nerdy stuff?
I don't think so. I think it's because they saw me with Chester.
Chester? That's the huge shark-looking guy from Nazar's team?
Yes, you see, he's actually my childhood friend. We grew up in Phoenix. Our parents are longtime friends, so he's like my brother.
Let me guess. The girls got jealous.
I'm not sure why. I told them everything, but they didn't believe me. They said I should just stick with my own kind. I thought it was silly. I told them so many times, but they still won't listen.
That sounds pretty awful. You should just tell that guy about it. I'm sure he'll clear the air.
I don't want him to know. I mean, he'd probably kick all their asses.
The girls, Stella.
You don't know Chester.
Huge misogynist Chester.
It's the only reason why I escape is because he thinks I'm a guy. It's embarrassing. It would only cause more trouble.
That's just...
Could you keep it a secret, Anon? Under the moon? Because that is what this whole game is about. Keeping secrets. Please?
Stella was staring at me with a
What if I
pleading...
said pretty please?
I would ask you to never say that again.
Oh.
Stella was staring at me with a pleading look in her eyes. I know something must be done, but I don't want to argue with her right now. You say so. But you're my friend, Stella. If you need any help, I always got your back. Stella giggled at my cliche self-aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement?
No, that's a new one. Broke open the thesaurus for that one.
Thank you, Anon. I know I can rely on you. I just have to be a little patient. They will get what they deserve.
The moon is coming. It's like Majora's Mask.
I was going to say, in 3 days, the moon will come and get us all.
It is coming, Anon.
Remember, Anon, you only have 3 days to stop the moon from falling.
She plays with the ocarina and just disappears. Oh, okay.
I'm sure the girls will get bored eventually.
That was weird. And for
We
how
need
long?
more massage scenes. Is Anon gonna give Stella a massage?
And for how long? And for how long has this been going on?
About a year.
A year? I can only give a heavy sigh. You really should do something about it.
It's fine. It's not like we'll stay in school forever.
But
Besides, you had it worse than me, and look at you now. Remember when you got pushed down the stairs? That was awful. And you tried to keep catching that fucking can or whatever?
I told you I was going to catch it one day. I'm going to make a mod where he catches it, and that's
That's the entire mod.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't exactly pushed, but... Well, more like I fell off while trying to roleplay a ninja. But maybe I should have ruined my image in Stella's eyes just yet. Well, you're kind of right. Although if Fang wasn't there, I would have ended up in an ICU for sure.
I want to get through this like you did. I also want to fall down the stairs.
Let's go. I didn't do it alone. You always need someone to back you up. At those words, Stella playfully grabbed my hand. Once again, I couldn't help but notice how warm and smooth her hand was.
It's a good thing I have you. Hey, Anon, you know what time it is?
No.
It's potassium time.
No.
No!
No!
Together, we could be like Honoka and Nagisa.
Ah, yes. Be here. Well, I don't mind, but I call dibs on the black costume.
But I want to be pure black. I think Meppel is much cuter at mascot. Besides, black and green goes so well together.
I can't argue with that.
That is also why I'm wearing green.
But I doubt White's poofy dress goes well with me.
That's true. Then maybe you could be like Tuxedo Mask, and I'll be Sailor Moon.
Are you saying I should have just left a rose on your table and jumped out of the window? Oh, hell yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Tuxedo Mask gets a bad rap because because he was used too much in filler Toei produced for the show and the actual manga. Yeah, I can read.
I can read manga. This chat about toy advertisements for 8-year-old girls carried us all the way to the bus stop. The place we wanted to visit was in the mall, so we had to commute. On the bus, Stella proceeded to bury me in magical girl trivia.
That's why people believe that every time that episode of Minky Momo airs, an earthquake would strike.
It was anything but quiet, but at this point, I started getting used to her energy. And after what I witnessed, I never wanted to see Stella sad again.
No stat salad. We went to a GameStop.
Yeah, kinda. The store looked as nerdy as ever. It was a spacious place. Dozens upon dozens of anime and video game posters covered every inch of the walls. Display cases were full of old school consoles and cartridges. There was a big counter full of rare trading cards. And right in the center of the room, they had a big display stand with anime figures of all kinds. As we walked in, I waved at the store clerk, who was trying to deal with a gaggle of kids hungry for Pokemon cards. The staff in this store knew me by name. Naturally, Stella felt right at home. She went circles around the anime figures, sizing everything up.
Oh, look! I bought Bandai stopped producing these. I thought Bandai stopped producing these.
Now she was almost dancing around the Magical Girl section. Oh.
And they're not very expensive. I have to get one.
I wasn't strapped for cash, but for now I don't even have space for any of this stuff, so I decided to browse instead. The same can't be said about Stella. She already held a box in her hand, a Sailor Moon figure.
This is so lucky. I never thought I'd see one of these in the wild. Oh, too bad I don't have my loyalty card with me.
Try giving me your phone number. That usually works.
Really? I never tried that before. Thanks.
We continued perusing. I don't know why I keep tripping. I keep tripping up on the word perusing. We continued perusing the store in a leisurely manner. Through a Hawaiian manner. Stella knew a lot about anime and also trading card games. Turns out tarot is not the only kind of cards she's passionate about. Surprisingly, she didn't seem too well versed in video games, which gave me a chance to show off a little.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah, baby.
This one is Sonic
Let's
Adventure. This was for the cool kids. At least that's how they advertised it back in the day, to go against Nintendo and Mario.
Let's fucking go, baby! And this one's Sonic Adventure, my childhood favorite. Dreamcast games are actually very rare in this part of the country. That's because a few local chains carried them back in the day, and shops like these rely on the locals bringing old stuff in. Stella hung on my every word as she looked at the games. This made me unexpectedly happy. I wonder if my old Dreamcast is still alive. Want to come over and play sometime?
Sure, I never played video games with other people before.
I think she just said something incredibly depressing. Then Stella's gaze fell on a sealed copy of Donkey Kong 64. The price tag of $200 got quite a reaction out of her.
Do the old ones really cost that much?
That's not nearly as high as they go. These are box copies in good condition, so they're collector's items. Rare stuff.
Oh, so it's like Pokemon cards. I have a few expensive ones too.
Yeah, pretty much. Stella ended up buying 2 different Sailor Moon figurines, 3 Pokemon trainer cards for her collection, and for some reason, a refurbished Game Boy Advance.
I had one of these as a child.
As you should have.
It was 2 years ago. Fortunately, it broke when I sat on it once. Now I can play my own Pokemon games again.
I mean, I also have one. I think I even have a complete Pokemon Emerald Dex.
Maybe we could trade.
If your battery didn't die, we sure can.
What?
Stella gave me a vacant smile. Where do you store your cartridges?
My mom keeps them in the attic.
Oh, you're screwed, girl. Don't get your hopes up. Your save file could be gone. If it doesn't work, you can bring the... If it doesn't work, you can bring the game here. These guys know a thing or two about cartridge batteries.
That's okay too. It'll be a good reason to start a new adventure.
Eventually, Stella finished off her shopping spree and we decided to leave. As we walked out of the store, Stella grabbed my arm. I felt her cheek rub on my skin as she giggled quietly. Hey, Stella? If Fang saw us right now, she probably would have bitten my head off.
You know, human skin feels funny, a bit rubbery.
That's a weird thing to say.
Anon, can I wear your skin?
That's an even weirder thing to say.
I've never had any human friends, so I never knew.
Stella gently pinched my forearm. She didn't look feisty or romantic. Instead, she was at peace, innocent like a child. It's not like I was uncomfortable. I decided to let her hang on to me as we made our way out of the mall. It was evening now.
It was indeed evening.
Stella and I spent more time geeking out in that store than I thought. We sat on a bench together, resting and looking at the beautiful sunset. Stella laid her head on my shoulder, humming some song I couldn't recognize. You know, I always wondered, where did you learn all the divination and astrology stuff?
Oh, it was my aunt. She taught me at an early age.
Oh, killer. Good one, Stella.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you actually believe in it?
Kinda. I may not be able to see the future clearly, but the cards help me set my mind in order. It's like casting a magic spell that helps with anxiety. They can't tell me what will happen, but they can point me in the right direction. It's a great thing to have. For example, today they told me a friend will be there to save me from peril.
Once again, Stella hugged me.
It was JJ.
Oh, okay. I was starting to think that this girl simply just likes hugs. But then, there you go. Yeah, so I saw this in the files, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a Stella out before you head to bed.
Oh, you're so sweet to me.
I know. I felt a soft peck on my cheek. Stella gave me a kiss.
Thank you, Anon. I know I could be a bit too much sometimes, but I'm very happy that you're here. Fang is really lucky to have you.
I admit this made my heart flutter just a little. She let go of me and stood up.
Well, I have to go now. It's getting a bit late. My mom would be worried.
Stella was staring at the ground as she stood up.
See you in school tomorrow, Anon-kun. Nyum.
See ya, Stella-chan. I said without a hint of irony. But don't forget, the black costume is mine. I shouted at her as she was walking away. Stella laughed and waved at me. Now I found myself sitting alone. The evening chill became rather unnoticeable. Perhaps it's time to head home. My apartment was as quiet as ever. After a quick and uneventful dinner, I played video games as I usually do. The game I went with tonight was an old classic, Donkey Kong 64. The same game that got Stella spooked a few hours ago. It's quite an annoying pile of jank, though. Fang messaged me earlier, saying she's feeling much better now, so we'll see each other tomorrow. It was a good idea to let her rest a bit after all. Suddenly, my phone starts buzzing. Someone must have sent me a message. You can even guess who that is. I open the messaging app up, and sure enough.
And my game's working! It even has all my old Pokemon! So nostalgic.
Well, who was your starter?
Mudkip, of course.
Mine was Torchic. Want to trade?
Promise me that you'll take good of him first.
Your mudkip is safe with me. Believe it.
We'll do it tomorrow then. I can't wait.
I wish Stella a good night and put the phone away.
I still never figured out who my friend on the internet was.
Who is Stegosar?
If only Stegosar could see me now.
Now this will be one hell of a thing to explain to Fang.
I leave you alone for one day and you're already trading Pokemon with other women?
Well, maybe not quite that dramatic, but I think everything will be okay. Wonder if Stella would help me explain.
Was mine.
Who did you pick, Fang? Trico. Well, there's your fucking problem. Poor Trico.
I picked Trico.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no one picked Trico. Poor Trico. I always feel bad, because I would draw like sad art of the starters that like hardly anyone picks, and I'm like, oh.
Well, except for Sobble, because Sobble's already sad.
Yeah. Oh, wow, okay. I wonder if Stella would help me explain all these things to Fang. Somehow I know she will. I think Fang would enjoy Precure. Does have a lot of action after all. God damn it, what am I saying?
Haha, you have friends.
It was time for me to go to bed. Trying to fall asleep proved difficult. My thoughts were still on Stella.
Same, bro.
I'm glad I gave her a chance today. I always assumed she was just an airhead. Talking first and thinking second. Not picking up on any social cues. Obsessed with silly things most people would cringe at. But she encountered as much adversity. She encountered as much adversity in life as any of us did. Maybe even more so. She was misunderstood and harassed by those who envied her. And through it all, she always kept smiling. And it's not Naomi's fake smile, it's a genuine one. She's not trying to hide her true feelings. She just wants those feelings to be positive. Surrounded by the harshness of reality, she wants to spread joy. I could never do something like that. Stella is far stronger than I am. Perhaps I have a thing or two to learn from her. Yep, that girl sure is something.
I think it's just gonna say try again until you
Yeah,
do
there's
the
a
Fang route.
yeah, there's a true ending, but
Yeah.
you know.
These are cute though.
Yeah.
I am enjoying these. I like these little one-on-ones.
Yeah.
But with that, I'm snoozing.
You can go snooze.
Oh, I need to stop recording and do that first.
I relinquish you to stop snoozing.
Oh, thank you. Oh, merciful Jack.
Yes. That is me.
It is very cute. I am glad that it is longer. It just sucks the timing of it. Oh,
Yeah.
what is it? Moon Princess.
Moon Princess.
Snoot Moon Princess Part 1. Yeah, it's all my fault. I was the one who was so obsessed with voices. Although I am happy we're doing voices again too. Slap that in there. Okay. Yep. But I think I'm only doing 2 trips next week since I did 3 trips this week, so I'll probably still have at least Thursday off. Well, if I leave on a Friday, I should be back on a Tuesday, maybe.
That's screwing up. Yeah.
What?
What? I can keep the music playing, actually. There you go. I have sent you the stuff you desired.
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so blushy. Thank you, my good man.
Yep.
But, yep, I should be here Wednesday and Thursday next week too.
Okay.
So we should be able to do. I might not be able to stay up Thursday this late because I might be starting a new job Friday morning. But we can. I'll try to stay up again for Wednesday. So we might have to do like Snoot one day and then voices the next day,
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
just to kind of even it out.
Yeah, finish up Moon Princess, and then whatever we spin next.
Yee. Alright.
Okay.
Good night, Static.
Yeah,
Good night, YouTube.
I'll also be calling it a day, so.
Good night, Jack.
Yeah, see you, duder.
Bye.
And if you like what we do around here, why not subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, all that fun and good stuff. You can join us on the Discord, or you can join the Twitter, or you can do both. Both is an option. That'll be it for today. We'll see you all next time.